everyone.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
Oh gosh, and me, Banshee.
The star. Because see, the star.
I don't know if anybody's noticed. Maybe if you've been smart, you have. The star is always behind me. I don't mean any disrespect for Mr. O, really. He's a star in his own right.
Thank you for the congratulations, Violet Ann.
Oh, well, what are we congratulated for?
YouTube subs?
Oh.
Is that?
Oh, gosh. Yes, well, thank you, Violet Ann. We appreciate that.
Thank you,
We appreciate
Patton.
all of our wonderful subscribers. I see Violet Ann has arrived. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. I'm going to go over the list. And Patton, I got some sad news for you. Masonic actually beat you out, so you are second. Not first.
But we admire your trying to get here early. We really do.
Absolutely. So here's the list as I have it right now. I have Masonic, Patton, Smiling Soul, Balkis, Kala, Warda, and Violet Ann. So,
well,
what do you mean
Masonic
that's not
said
true?
hi first. We
Yeah.
see that in our chat. Masonic said hi first, and then you were second.
Yeah, honestly, I have Masonic first in the chat. That's what I go by. So, but 2 is not bad, Patton. Number 2 tries harder. So stick with us, and next time maybe you'll be on top. I love it. Also, I have something really cute and special and very quick to share with you all today because it's Chinese New Year coming up.
That's right.
So I thought I'd bring out one of my old crusty tools that I got from one of my aunts many, many years ago. As a matter of fact, the copyright date on this thing, oh gosh, and this has seen better days, believe me, is something like 1929. I don't know where the copyright date is anymore. It might be on my book. I'm not sure. I just know it's from the 1920s. I can give you that much. And it is actually called Chi Chi. It's got a little oriental motif because they use these bamboo sticks that had numbers imprinted on them, but my aunt used a Dymo label machine in order, because the numbers started to fade on these bamboo things. And so basically the idea with this tool is that you would shake it. So I'm going to do a fortune for all of us now. And the one that would fall out would be your fortune. If you did more than one, you would have to do it again. But I got one. And it is number 52. And so I'm going to read number 52 in here, which is very short. Now remember, this is from the 1920s, so a lot of the language in here is going to be dated. And obviously the sexism is pretty huge. So let's see what it says. Your luck for today. You've drawn the number 52. Today, good luck is fair for you. Your fortune. The Chinamen this number hate, for ill luck seems to lurk around the number 52. No money, lots of work. A hasty quarrel soon over a trifle. You'll get your wish, maybe. So
That sounds like us.
no, maybe. So, yeah, sometimes we have to tell people that in our readings. Well, maybe. So, this is kind of cute and very, very dated. And I still pull it out and play with it every so often in honor of my family of fortune-telling aunts. And uncle, well, no, the uncles weren't really fortune tellers. So mostly my aunts and my mom. Okay.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy, welcome. I'll get you on the list. I see Teresa also arrived before you. And I'll get Sandy on. I think I have the list totally. So we're going to get going so we keep nobody waiting. You got your decks together, Mr. O?
Yes, I do.
I'm using the same one I used on Sunday, the Fairy Lenormand. And I'm also going to be using the Animal Tarot again that I like a lot. And also, I have the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux one more time. And the After Tarot, which I've been using lately. Very nice deck. Okay.
Well, I just bought two. I brought my Nefertari's Tarot, the Golden Sheen. And then I brought my old standby, my regular reading deck, which is Paul Hewson's Dame Fortune, which I use a lot here in the live stream. Okay.
Okay, so let's roll. Don't cringe. You're not going to ask a crazy question. General, please. Okay, Masonic. I wasn't cringing. General question for Masonic. So do you want to start with your deck?
Sure.
I'll let Mr. O start with one of his decks today. Yeah, and not only do we have 100 subscribers on YouTube, Violet Ann, my goodness, my Twitter is going like crazy lately. I think I'm going to get 20 followers this week, which is awesome. I've already gotten over 10, well over 10. I'm up to 257 or 258 on Twitter now,
Woo-hoo.
which, like, holy cow, the Twitter folks have been fantastic. It's going through the roof. I'm really going to have to learn how to manage these things a little better, and we're learning as we go, aren't we, Mr. O? Oh, and Mr. O is wearing a beanie today for us. He's sporting his green.
It's not a beanie, it's a beret.
I call them beanies. I don't know why.
I'm going to call you Beanie.
Oh, dear. Okay, I'll be nice. I'll be
Thanks for
nice.
the congratulations, Violet Ann. Hello there, son man. That's it. Lay yourself down over there. Out of camera view.
All right.
Oh, I see his
Let's
paw.
see what's going on with Masonic generally.
3.
Yes. Oh. Well,
So we have 3
2
cards.
out of 3, not bad.
King of Coins, which is upright. Ace of Batons or Ace of Wands, which is upright.
That's been coming up a bit today for people on Twitter.
I wonder what Kelio's thinking right now.
JC? Yeah.
JC.
Yeah, he's one of the people who drew it today.
2 of Swords reversed.
Okay, so the King of Coins upright is, gee, you know, financial conditions are pretty good for you right now, or should be. And if not, there may be somebody who might benefit you in some way. Somebody who has some money, you know, to give, or some advice, perhaps, on how to manage your money better. But it looks really good.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's more the latter thing that Banshee said. It's more likely that you're going to run into somebody who has some financial solutions or abilities to maybe help you if you have financial questions to work with that person. Now, the next card is the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Batons, and this says, kind of correlates to that a little bit because it does suggest that maybe there's some new projects, some new enterprise beginning, or there's some new relationship or situation. It seems to involve growth, enterprise.
Hi, Sonny.
Yeah, there he is. But it seems to involve growth or enterprise or possibly social situations.
Well, and you know, it's funny because the Ace of Wands came up today. I was doing a little tweeting about that today, and I was saying that I always look at the Ace of Wands, you know, because in the Rider-Waite deck, you have that hand holding out the wand. And for some reason, every time I see the Ace of Wands, I think it's a thumbs up when it's upright, or it's a thumbs down when it's reversed. Basically, you know, your plans, good ones, they're going to succeed when it's upright. When it's reversed, you know, not so much. So I think this is great for any plans that you have, any projects that you are working on right now, or any that you are envisioning and thinking about. It looks like all systems are go.
Well, maybe it's a rich husband.
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe.
I wouldn't want to say that necessarily, but maybe if you meet this person, then you can tell us what's going on and we might have a better idea. Our final card, however, is the reverse Two of Swords. And this suggests to me that maybe you will be moving in a slightly different direction, or you'll be moving forward from a period where you sort of felt you had some limitations on you. You just felt like maybe things weren't moving exactly the way you wanted. Maybe you also needed to make some decisions or make some business happen, and you were sort of just being held back in certain ways. But now it looks like what's going to happen is somehow things are going to free up. And a part of this is really basically you being able to find some information that's going to help you with that.
Hey, I will get to that. Hey, Laura, thank you very much. I got you on
Thank
the
you,
list.
Laura.
And, yeah, 100 subscribers. It flips me out. It's really awesome. And we can only go up from here, right?
All right.
So the Two of Swords to me is that, you're going to have to, think about ways to navigate, maybe, as far as getting your plans off the ground goes, you may have to, make some compromises. You may have to work with people who can help you. And so if, in that case, you got to be careful and be able to work with them. There's no sense in trying to, go against the grain of people who want to help you. Find ways to work with them and not against them. It's kind of what I'm seeing there.
Okay, Jenna has joined us, so welcome, Jenna. And I'm not sure, do you understand what Teresa's asking there?
Oh, I'm not on Facebook. I have bad eyes. Cannot see your Twitter name. Our Twitter name is, it's at TFT Tarot for today. But the 4 is the number 4. We had to do it that way.
I'm going to type it into the
yeah, he's going to type it into the... I don't know. Will you be able to see it if he types it into the chat there?
Well, I'm doing it.
All right. Oh, Violet Ann did it.
Oh.
Thank you, Violet Ann.
Thank you, Violet Ann. All right. So you're pulling the Lenormand now?
I am pulling the Lenormand to see. So I say in summation, it looks like generally things are looking your way. Plans, anything to do with money seems to be going well. Whoa, zers. But I will say this. We got 2 kind of difficult cards here in the Lenormand. Ooh. I happen to pull for you, Masonic. And that is the Scythe and the Coffin together. And so what I would say is, there might be something coming to an abrupt end in your life. And maybe it has to end in order for some of these positive things to take place. But something is going to just be done, and it's going to happen pretty suddenly. Because that's that cutting implement, the Scythe, that really, indicates that to me.
My thought is that this would be what brings about these cards, that some sudden ending or situation kind of moving towards a resolvement brings you the opportunities of meeting the financial-minded person who may be helpful to you, and or the new situations and the new movement that we're seeing there. So we're hoping that's a good thing.
Okay. So yeah, Violet Ann put it out there, and so did Mr. O. So... hopefully you'll find us there. I mean, I'm having a great time on Twitter. I'm mostly doing the Twitter, but Mr. O gets in there every so often. Or I relay some words from Mr. O from time to time as well.
Yes. I listened to what she said. Somebody said, and I said, well, Mr. O would say, blah, 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 blah.
All right, okay, well, that's what we got for you right now, Masonic.
Sounds good.
And it looks like some good vibes ahead, though. Everybody wants some easier cash flow or money. And, whatever plans you're dreaming up, whether it's a new relationship, partnership, or project, looking good. So, hey, Patton, you wanted a reading for the month.
And now he says the year.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, up above he said the month, and then now he says the year.
You want it for the year?
That's a long reading.
Well, we'll do 3 cards for the year to give you a general vibe for where it's going. We'll do that.
You are on the list, Jenna.
Or
you will be.
You are now, Jenna. You were after Teresa anyway.
All right, we got your year coming. Thanks for being patient.
All right, so after Patton is Smiling Soul, Balkis, Calla, Warda, Violet Ann, Teresa, Sandy, Laura, and Jenna.
I'm not the most conversant with my own Facebook page, Patton, but if I do get over there and see that somehow it's proven that you were actually first, and I'm not sure how I'll do that, I will acknowledge that on our Facebook page. So how's that?
Whatever.
Well, he said earlier that if I went to the Facebook notifications and saw his thing there, it would prove that he was here first.
Well, the thing is, I go by the names in the chat. The very first name gets on there. That's just the way I got to do it. Because once we put that link out there, we're no longer on Facebook or anywhere. We're just focusing on getting the stream up and going.
Okay, Smiling Soul.
You were first. Oh, man. Okay.
So we're going to pull 3 cards for you and
Let's see what we
possibly
get.
another one, yeah.
Well, let's see what we get. Now, did Sonny mess this up? What's
Sonny
going
messed
on
it up.
here?
It wasn't me, honest.
It wasn't you? Okay.
Honest. Okay, so we are pulling our 3 cards. Looks interesting. We have the upright Knight of Swords. We have a reversed Empress. And then we have the upright Moon. So what does this mean?
So what does this mean? Well, let me look. Let me look.
Are you going to be changing jobs dramatically, possibly? Or do you think that's possible? Because I sort of get a feeling like something's going to swiftly change, and it may be what you do that is productive, your job. It may be something else. It may be that you're going to get some way to get really creative, like something's going to come along. But I do feel, too, that there's a possibility that some of that creativity is not being realized exactly the way you want, and that maybe there's also this idea here that there are some things.
He said one of the family members is going to change jobs.
Okay.
Interesting. Because it looks like, I don't know, the Knight of Swords is something rushing in, and I get the feeling that it has to do with communications of some sort. You know,
Could
I'm
be.
thinking communications. I think the year ahead, you know, you might find yourself in a little bit of a rut. Maybe you're working really so hard on
Okay,
something.
thank you, Sandy. She needs to get off the list.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Apologies, Sandy.
It's her connection.
It's your connection, though, I know. I'm sorry we can't
Thanks
read for
for
you,
letting
I
us
guess.
know.
All right, so basically, I think that this year, you know, there's going to be something big communication-wise that's happening for you. I don't know if it's you, you know, getting messages out about what you're doing more, but one of the problem areas for you this year is, I think, your creativity and your productivity. You know, and you might be slowing down a little bit this year. You know, things, or maybe you feel things are just not moving fast enough for you. You know, so the Empress is reversed, and it just seems as though things are slowing down. Or
Yeah, that's
the
really
creative efforts are kind of falling flat.
that's really what I should have said earlier. I kind of got distracted there. So I do feel that too, that there's just sort of like maybe a muse is sort of sleeping rather than, you know, inspiring you. But I also think too that
I
maybe
have something
this.
to say about that.
Go
yeah.
ahead first then.
Well, I was going to say that, you know, the moon to me is interesting. I think that maybe what the problem is here is maybe sometime this year you're going to have to spend some time studying or learning something in relation to what you're doing or trying to accomplish. It seems like you might have to take a few steps back to integrate, you know, some more knowledge or something that you need to really get things off the way you want them to.
Well, there's clearly something that you're trying to figure out in this year. It seems to me like maybe you're looking at hidden motivations of other people, or you're looking at hidden things that you need to know that might affect you, like if people are just planning things behind your back. And I get the feeling like maybe that's coinciding with this, that maybe there are some changes that other people are maybe more involved in, and you're going to have to figure out what that means or what you can do to possibly remedy that.
Do you want to pull a theme card or a focus for the year?
Okay, the focus for the year. Let's give you the focus for the year. How about if I let you pull it?
Oh.
Think, think, think. change.
pulled the Death card.
Huge transformation.
So, like, if it's not a move or something like that, Patton, it seems like there is going to be some major changes going on, too. Which, of course, may disrupt some of your workflow and creativity as well. But something is a shifting and a changing. And it should be positive. It should be more positive than not.
It's not a negative change.
All of these cards here, except for the Empress, which is just showing a little bit of bump in the road, are good cards, in my opinion.
All right.
Let me pull a couple Lenormand for you. I didn't see anything romance-wise. I think this is more leaning towards business, work, or projects. But we'll see what comes up here. You never know. Look at that. I pulled the moon again.
So that tells me that the sense of hidden things going on around you is probably big, and you should definitely, if you get any whiff of that, you should probably go in discreet, undercover level. But there may be some things going on around you that you need to find out more about.
There, this is a clean show, so I'm going to cover the naked statue.
Oh, I'll show that.
It's the garden or park card again. And basically, you know, that card can be about social events, social gatherings, but, you know, sometimes too, I stretch it a bit and I throw it into the realm of social networking as well, like in social media. So this just means, you know, there's going to be a lot of information and news and stuff coming, and maybe some success even from your social encounters and interactions, however you're having them.
I'll have to go with that because I don't really see anything else that means to me. But I do feel, once again, that the moon also tells there's something about little deceptions that you are going to be finding out about and you'll have to work on.
So, Patton, that's what we have for you.
I hope that helped.
Hope that helps.
And we admire your
Yes.
getting here early. That was really
you know,
cool.
I know it's hard for you because, you know, you're
time
at a
difference,
different time
yeah.
difference. So I respect that. But, you know, number 2 wasn't bad and you're done. So, you know, stay as long as you want and leave
You're
when
welcome.
you have to.
Alrighty.
And
And I'm
who's
gonna
next?
remind people that
Smiling
we're back on Sunday.
Soul. You're next. Smiling Soul, and then Balkis, Kala, Warda, Violet Ann, Teresa, Laura, and Jenna.
And I just want to remind people real quickly that tomorrow, the weekly installment of Oberon's Outlook on Emotional Exchanges. This is basically about your love and relationships. So find out about your ups and downs in emotional matters for the week ahead. That premieres on Fridays around 9 o'clock on our YouTube channel.
Okay, so what's happening the next 4 months? You know what this is about. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see what we got for you, Smiling Soul. All right.
Do your cards, or you
Let's
want me
do
to
one of
mine?
my cards.
Okay.
Sure. Let's get out my pretty Tarot Grand Lux. And Sunny is watching me shuffle.
Yes.
Oh, and I hope everybody got to check out our monthly modality reading.
Yes, the monthly modality. The first one went up on, was it Monday? Monday or Tuesday? And right when we moved into Aquarius.
Yes.
And the modality messages is a really semi-complex kind of reading for us. So we were really proud of ourselves to be able to do that. And we noticed some people really seemed to like it. And we got some good hits from that. So check it out. It's a monthly reading.
And so the next one will be when the sun goes into Pisces.
So around February 19th or so.
Yep. So we'll be doing that monthly. And maybe next week, if it's not next week, it's definitely the week after, I'll be starting my Material Matters weekly reading.
Okay, Smiling Soul, are you revising to just a couple months now?
1 or 2 months? Okay.
All right. Take it in little
We'll
steps.
do like, we'll see what it says. Let's say it's 2 months.
Oh, how fascinating.
Holy cannoli.
Holy cannoli.
I do not have these in order, but apparently there's a few major arcana ones right at the top here. And you got a lot of them, Smiling Soul.
We want in.
You have, where's the, are you going to change the view for me?
No,
You're staring at the chat again, aren't you?
I have to. Somebody's got to.
You have the Death card, Smiling Soul, upright.
So major change.
You have the Wheel of Fortune.
So
that's a weird angle
good
for
luck.
me. Yeah.
Well, I'll turn it back this way.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
just trying to sunny cam.
Sunny Cam. And then you have the Star. So look at that. 3 major arcanas, which to me means these next couple of months are going to be pretty epic in some way for you. Death is radical change and transformation. So you're going to be undergoing some big changes coming up. And the Wheel of Fortune is a change in luck for the better because it's upright. So if things haven't been going the way you want them to, there could definitely be a shift, by the end of 2 months. And the Star is a lot of optimism and hope. So don't give up, I think, is what, this reading is telling you. And that fate and karma, or at least fate, luck, and timing maybe to some extent, has a lot to do with, what's going to transpire for you.
Smiling Soul, I understand that. So this is because of our intent for 2 months. But she was really asking for 4 months. She was having a conversation with somebody else. So
well, then it can be.
What?
Why can't it be 4 months?
Go for it.
If you want it to be 4 months, I mean, we did shuffle and think about 2 months, but I think this is epic. I wouldn't mess with this at all.
Yeah,
because this is some good stuff here.
These cards show a lot of probability towards really cool, lucky things happening and some inspiring things as well. It's big changes, basically.
Yeah. So think about that. And let's see what's going on here. I'm thinking, being that it's the major arcana and you've got all 3 of them, that, this probably could all transpire within the 2-month time frame.
Yeah, it's what it really looks like, is like probably within 2 months this could look like really happening. So then who cares about the 2 months after that, right?
That's true. That is true. Oh, that's our fault too, because we're kind of trying to keep our eye on the chat and what we're doing here.
So don't talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I will say this. There is something here that is concerning to me. I pulled the cross card, which is kind of loss and grieving and sorrow. It's kind of a heavy kind of card. And then I pulled the friendship card, the dog. And so I don't know if, you're going to lose a friend of somebody important to you during this time frame. That is going to be a disappointment. And you are going to feel that loss. So, but it looks to me that fate might be taking you in another direction and a more positive one.
Right, and I don't necessarily feel that means it's like somebody dies necessarily, but it does feel like maybe somebody leaves your life. Maybe a really good person says, I have to leave town, I'm going to be gone for a long time, or I'm moving away forever, that kind of thing. So I sort of feel more like that it's just going to be somebody leaving your life. I don't think it's connected to your question in the general reading here.
I'm thinking not, but I'm not completely sure. Because, in this day and age, we can lose friends in a variety of different ways, by death, by them, say, unfollowing you on Facebook and stuff like that. So there's many ways today we can lose people important to us. So think on all of that. And
she thinks she knows who it is, though.
Okay.
Look.
Oh, okay.
We're sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
That may be what it is. So, and it's the sense of a really good friend of yours. So we are sorry about that.
Well, it came right up in the Lenormand, just like that. So I think, too, because of the way it came up, I am concerned. the only other thing I could think of is that it's possible somebody else, one of your friends, will be grieving a loss of some sort, and you will have to be there for them. I mean, that's the other possibility here with these cards. But an awesome card, Smiling Soul. I have to say,
your first card reading is really
have been
good.
on a roll lately, for the most part.
So we definitely hope this happens.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on, and we're going to go, who is next?
Thank you, Smiling Soul.
Is Balkus. Yes, he's back.
He's our good luck mascot.
I think so. So anyway, okay, Balkus, you are, oh, hey, Butterfly.
Hi,
I will
Butterfly.
get you on the list.
Ah, who's coming towards you? Do you want to use your deck again?
Who's coming towards me in love and when? Okay, yeah, let me pull this one out. I know we had such good cards in that deck. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't switch, but I switched. We got to switch it up every so often.
Hi, Chris, and you. And anyone is always welcome to watch.
Hi, Chris.
And thanks again for mentioning us on Facebook and the modality reading. Appreciate that.
Appreciate that, Chris. Good to see you here. All right, so I will go over the list after this reading with Balkus. It's not a huge one, Butterfly, but you are at the bottom. And we have plenty of time
Yeah,
yet.
we're doing pretty good today. Who knows? Maybe we'll practice tarot together or something.
We'll see.
We'll see. But speaking of tarot together, we are actually going to do our tarot together live
And in person.
at the Crazy Wisdom Bookstore in Ann Arbor. And that's on February 11th,
Yes.
I think, Tuesday, starting at 6 o'clock. So if you're in town...
And maybe if we have time, we'll even throw in my question deck, my tarot question deck. We'll see.
Who's coming for the miracle person? And when?
You know, I do like that green shirt.
Now,
Mr.
why did
O.
that happen?
Oh, what? Oh. What was it?
Wasn't a card that we had come across recently, Judgment.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know why.
okay.
But we've got another major arcana.
The Hierophant.
Whoa. Okay, I dropped that, but I know
yeah.
it was upright.
Oh, Three of Cups.
Some of these are turned around. They're more than that, and that's reversed.
I know how that happened. Okay. The Star reversed.
Yeah.
That's an interesting reading there.
It is very interesting. There's some good stuff. Well, it's really funny to see the Hierophant and the Three of Cups together. Don't they seem like a bit of an odd combination? Because the Hierophant upright seems kind of stodgy and moralistic to me and whatever. And the Three of Cups is such a party card.
Like letting your hair down, yeah. So
yeah.
it is sort of like extremes to some degree, or just divergent points here.
So who is coming to you and when? Well, I'd almost look as the Hierophant as possibly the person coming to you. And that person would be somebody who is kind of, he's very, what's the word? I don't want to say conformist, but that kind of comes to mind. He's very traditional, this person, he or she. And basically they're possibly a teacher, possibly an educator, maybe some spiritual leader, perhaps.
Well, that's a good thought there, because I was really differing from you, but now you've given me the edge here.
Oh.
See, I sort of think that the person coming towards you has both of those qualities. That by day they're a mild-mannered, traditional person, but maybe in the evening they're ready to party. So I sort of feel this is a person who is not necessarily that they're dual nature, but they know how to compartmentalize, that maybe they're able to really put some things where they need to be and other things where they need to be too. That's what I'm feeling there too. It's the same person, or it's just maybe somebody that somehow, although as traditional as they are, maybe you're the person that's going to bring out a different side of them, a more pleasurable side. But the Star reversed is a little interesting too, because it makes me feel like maybe this is a flash in the pan, like maybe this won't be a long time relationship. It might be just something sort of casual, and then it may not last forever. I couldn't venture a guess there, but I get the feeling like maybe it's just not meant to be the relationship, but it might be a nice diversion for some time.
Yeah, I like that, but I would also say that, yeah, to me, maybe you get involved with this person and you have some doubts. You have some doubts about where it's going, if it's really going to be permanent,
That could be.
or maybe if you trust the person. Sometimes if something seems too good to be true, it might be too good to be true. So there may be a cloud, in the mix here. But it does sound like there's some celebration, or, it's possible you will meet this person at some kind of social gathering or celebration because the Three of Cups is here. Now, you are asking about timing, and it is a Cups card. And so I could look at this one of two ways. It's either going to be maybe 3 months from now, or it's going to possibly be in the autumn, because cups kind of signify autumn or months.
I'm feeling 2 to 3 months. Like it could be as early as 2 months, but maybe within three, it's going to happen. I'm not sure if I get the autumn connection, but I'll just say it's possible.
I'm throwing it out there because it's just sometimes timing is a little nebulous with the tarot. We only had one card that would give us good timing too, in my opinion. So because the others were majors, I usually do timing from the minor arcana. Give me room to shuffle, Mr. Sunman. Uh-oh. I'm messing up my shuffle. Let me see what my Lenormand says for you. This is so funny. So what was I just saying a few moments ago? Something about a cloud. Look what you got with the Lenormand. The first card I drew, the clouds. And the second card I drew, the bouquet. And so what this is kind of telling me is that, this relationship to me that's coming to you is like, it's not as good as what you would want. It's the bouquet is usually a gift, something really positive and happy, but it's surrounded by clouds, and the clouds are depression and gloom, and it's almost as if, you feel that there is something amiss. You have this wonderful opportunity, yet something's wrong. That's all I can say. You're feeling very uneasy about it, and maybe a little bit confused.
Yeah, I get the feeling that the relationship that I was thinking is indicated by the other cards is going to be more of a casual relationship, and it may not last long because maybe you'll feel that although there's some initial togetherness, there are, as Banshee says, some things that, once you're getting used to the person, you may not just want to get more involved. It's not like they're a bad person, but maybe they just need to work on their problems themselves, and you don't need to have somebody else's problems.
Yeah. That's what we have for you right now.
Hey, you, Sunny.
Yes.
Jenna says you're
helps.
cute. Jenna
Everybody
says
thinks
cute.
you're adorable. You are.
Sunny is magic.
Hey, Kayla, you are up. And then after Kayla is Warda, Violet Ann,
You are
Teresa,
welcome.
Laura, Jenna, and Butterfly.
And you're welcome, Balkus.
Okay, you're not up yet, Kel. Oh, you are. Yes, you are. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Wow,
Singing audition.
that is really cool.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Is this your opportunity? Does that sound like a yes, no?
It does.
Which, do you want to use mine or?
We could use one of mine.
Okay.
Let's use my Nefertari.
Wow, that's an awesome opportunity, Kayla. Congratulations. Anyway, for, even getting the audition. That's
All
cool.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Super good luck.
And it's coming right up. Holy moly. Up there pops up our disclaimer in the chat. Yes, do remember, the tarot can change too at the drop of a hat. I mean, first off, what if we tell somebody no, like let's say Kala's going for this audition, and then something happens during the audition where some contestants forever had to drop out at the last minute. Things could happen that changes fate and destiny. So you never know. But I want to see what the tarot has to say. And we want to know absolutely, Kala, if this comes out or not for you. Okay. Okay. So is that one card I saw there, the Magician?
The first one?
Yeah, in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was the first card. Or the second card.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Well, we've got no.
But we do have the sun.
We've got no aces, but yet we have the sun. So I'm confused.
Well,
What
the
else do
sun
we
is
have?
about talent
I know.
or, abilities. We also have the Seven of Swords reversed, which sort of sounds to me like
Wow.
maybe things coming back that maybe had taken off from you or were taken from you. And then we have the upright Two of Pentacles, which suggests a lot of stuff is going on and you are very busy trying to balance a lot of different things. Some of it's relationships, some of it's your business or your other enterprises. So right off the top, of course, what we were looking for was our aces. So the aces would sort of give us that more direct idea of yes. But tarot's a snapshot in time. So it just may be that now is not necessarily going to work out, though the sun card intrigues me.
The sun card really does intrigue me because that's a sign of success.
Yeah.
And also the Seven of Swords to me, in this case, I'm almost looking at it as if some of your competitors or people who were working against you in some way kind of back off. I kind of get that a little bit here.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
then the Two of Pentacles is this balance. It's leaning toward, it's definitely saying no. I mean, it's saying, when you get no aces, it's like no in no uncertain terms. But there's something positive that may come out of this. This whole experience may open something else up for you if it doesn't happen. So that's what I'm thinking here.
Well,
but
we definitely want to hear, Kayla, what happens
I'm going to
after.
throw the Lenormand to see what they have to say.
Thank you.
And don't give up just because we said no. I would hate that. I would hate that totally. What that
Yeah.
means to me, Kala, is just try harder. It is okay to prove the tarot readers wrong.
It's actually Kayla, I think.
Oh,
But
Kayla.
anyway,
Yeah, that's
I want to
right.
share something because a long time ago, many, many decades ago, I too wanted to be a singer. But what's different about me is I probably don't have the talent.
I'm not going there. Not saying. Well,
don't have
all
to.
right, Kayla, I'll tell you what. The first thing I drew was the ring. And then the second card I drew was the bouquet. My God, this does sound like an engagement ring, but since your question wasn't about a relationship, oftentimes the ring means a partnership, and the bouquet means some gift or some award or something given to you. So this is very positive too. And I'm almost wondering, okay, again, maybe the word
Another opportunity comes out of this
something
somehow.
might pop open for you here. This is very positive. So don't rule anything out for Saturday, in my opinion. We're getting a number of mixed signals here, and some of this stuff is looking really good.
Yeah, and then the other thing to consider too is that I don't know how these contestant shows are run, but usually it involves a lot of people having to decide together. And so it's just a matter of, to some degree, it represents arbitrary decisions. You know, I always feel this way when some amount of people have to commiserate together. It's the points all gel together, and it may not be specific to any one thing or another. I don't know.
Well, Kayla, yeah, you are juggling a lot, like you said. And also, I like that what you said. Your name is talent. That's awesome. And that's the great attitude to have. Absolutely.
Yeah, the sun is really the best card overall in this reading because it does indicate that, and it indicates success. So
Well, I like to think my bouquet in combination with the ring is pretty powerful too. So that's why I'm saying I think we're getting mixed signals here. So I would keep possibilities open on this one.
that's right.
Even though the cards say no, I'm not so sure. Something positive is going to happen.
Okay, Kayla.
Do keep us posted, Kayla. Hey, Warda, you are next. And after Warda's, Violet Ann, Teresa, Laura, Jenna, and Butterfly.
For the rest of the year. All right. How do you want to do that?
Oh, for the rest of the year, goodness. Well, I think let's try to do the
Seasons?
theme. Let's do the seasons. I like that. Okay.
So, we're
So
gonna
right
pull
now,
4
winter,
cards.
spring, summer, and fall. We'll do that.
All right. So these will be kind of like the focus of the main thing going on in those seasons.
Yeah. So winter being now because it's
Thank
not
you,
spring
Kayla.
yet.
Good luck.
Good luck. We wish you the best. I'll be rooting for you.
We're thinking of having a special edition of my emotional outlook, my readings.
Emotional exchanges?
Yes, my readings for love and relationships. We're thinking of doing a special edition for Valentine's Day, which is on a Friday when the show normally premieres. So watch for more details on that. Who knows?
There might be a special guest
Who knows?
on his emotional exchanges.
All right, so this is the first card. So it's for winter. And that's for spring, summer, and fall. So for the winter, the rest of winter, we
one is
have
that?
a reversed Knight of Swords. And so this sounds like busyness, but not necessarily productiveness. It may be things are shifting away from you in the winter in terms of some projects or situations, like maybe you're kind of moving to different things because some things are not fruitful is what I'm feeling, or maybe there's just too much divisiveness about a particular thing you're doing, and so you want to move to something that's not as divisive.
Well, and also if you're involved in any legal situations right now, I don't know, there might be some setbacks or delays, I think, with the outcomes. Some things might be taking time to develop. So also, if you're waiting for some news of some sort this winter, something to come to you, some news or information, that too might be delayed.
Okay, the second card for the spring is the Emperor. So this card shows you're kind of taking authority into your own hands. You're kind of taking a leadership position in certain parts of your life that you need to. It's mostly a good prognostication here. It just says you're in control of things that you need to be, and also maybe advancing some causes strongly.
Well, yes, the emperor takes care of the people, that are under them, and so basically, the king takes care of his people. So the thing is, with the emperor, it's saying you are in command, you are in control, and you are taking care of those, under your control. Say your children, and you're just getting down to business, getting things done. Getting things done, you have to get done.
It's like a remarkable focus is coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, as spring is going to be kind of, that way. You're going to be taking charge and getting things done.
Now, this is interesting because in the summer, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. And this sort of seems like maybe like you're ready to bust out, like maybe somewhere in the spring, moving into the summer, things have just been a little bit constrained or some amount of limitations, or maybe you just didn't have some information or some initiative you needed to get. But somewhere in the summer, you're going to kind of break out. And I sort of feel like the kids are involved in this too. So I'm wondering if maybe there's the possibility of taking a trip with the kids or the family or something like that. But I get the feeling like there's movement involved here, and it's kind of moving away from constrainment and saying, I can breathe again.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Freedom. You're going to feel really free in the summer. And finally, you're going to feel. And maybe, that's going to be just a little bit unsettling to you, like you won't know what to do next. But, relish that moment of feeling completely free, that you now are in control of your life and your destiny. That's just the way you're going to feel about it in the summer.
So maybe that's what it is then, is maybe by the summertime you'll be able to put that together. Now then, finally moving to the fall to close out this year for you is the Three of Wands reversed. Okay, so that one...
that's not so great.
It may be that there's just not quite the total picture of what you want, and that you'll get the feeling that you're invested in that, but it's not happening exactly on your timetable. It may move a little bit more towards the next year, I'm thinking. It isn't really about setting up things in terms of your home or your livelihood or your prosperity or material matters.
It does show some setbacks to plans. Like, for example, if you were planning a move, or if you were planning, to get a particular job or to work on something, you're going to have to put it off. It's delayed again. You've got a couple cards of delays here. One right now, in the winter, and then one next fall. And I think they're about two separate matters. Like I said, this one in the winter is more about news and communication and possibly a legal matter being delayed.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It's probably about the legal matter.
And then in the fall, it's about something else maybe that you were hoping to begin.
Investments, enterprises, new projects.
Yeah. And you... He just stuck his tongue out at me, people.
Why would I do such a thing?
Anyway,
Cat
all kidding aside, it really does look like a fairly balanced year. You know what? We have ups, we have downs, we have ups, we have downs.
You have plans, and you have to work around some plans.
And sometimes you have to break them and make new ones.
So let's pull those Lenormands.
Let's do that. Oh, thank you, Warda.
Thank you, Warda.
Let's see what these have for you. They've been kind of a mixed bag tonight of good and bad. I don't know what to expect. There are those darn clouds again, though. Well, yes, Warda, I do see a pattern here of sorts. Here we have the clouds. And here we have the ship. And the ship can mean travel, but it can also mean changes, moves. And the clouds are depression or disillusionment or confusion. So it's kind of like, to me, there may be delays with a move. I think this is showing again what came up at that last card in the reading. There's going to be some delays in making some change you've been really wanting to make.
I think it's kind of serves as a summation for the overall year that there's going to be some changes and some movement going on, but then there's also maybe some minor setbacks. I don't see these as...
And some melancholy.
Yeah.
Sometimes that card is about sadness and depression. You have to deal with some closure issues maybe, and, it's kind of rough sometimes.
So that's what we got.
That's what we have for you today, Warda.
You are welcome to.
And we are moving on to Violet Ann. And I don't remember if Violet Ann posted a question, but if you did, you might have to write it again, Violet Ann. After Violet Ann is Teresa, then Laura, Jenna, and Butterfly.
Oh, I'm not sure if Violet Ann's here. I haven't seen her post in a while. Let's see what she says.
Well, let's wait and see. We'll give Violet Ann a moment.
So we'll be back on Sunday, and then later on, I think it's in early February, mid-February, there's a Sunday that will be later. I'll get you the actual date, but I believe it's the
February
9th.
9th or something.
I believe it's the
you
9th. That
mentioned.
Sunday,
Yeah.
I have another engagement, so we'll be live streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
He has to work.
What? This ain't work?
Hey, Violet Ann, I'm giving you a second call. You want to type the name? I think
Masonic just did.
Masonic did.
Oh, look at you. Look at you, my little boy. You. Everyone loves Sonny, but we love you a little bit more.
Yeah, I know you're here, Laura. We'll get you later. We're still on Violet Ann, and there's one other person before you, Laura, besides Violet Ann. All right, going once or twice, or I'm going to put Violet Ann on the bottom. And we're going to move to Teresa. Teresa, you're next. And then Laura, Jenna, Butterfly, and Violet Ann.
You like a little
Okay,
cock in your
Teresa.
eye. Yes, he does, Jenna. He loves the camera. The camera seems to love him. It's funny sometimes when we catch any of them, but mostly this one, watching the monitors that we have to view the chat and seeing our pictures there too, and so he sees their lips moving, and he knows it's us, doesn't he? Yes.
I think he does. Okay, Teresa, there you are. Do you see dark evil entities in our home? Oh, wowzers. All right, let's see.
Ooh.
I am going to use the stack, I think.
Alrighty. I'm just going to throw a general question out there because somewhere on one of my Facebook groups, people are talking about how they felt a lot of people, mostly in our state, seem to be talking about having lots of strange dreams lately. And I don't think mine qualify as strange.
All right, you have
but
to watch
I've
him.
been hearing. Yeah,
I'm
we see your
shuffling.
question, so we're working on that.
Hold on a minute. We have a slight problem. I have to fix the mic because Sonny bumped into
That
it.
beautiful sunny cat
I
just
was shuffling
knocked it
the
off
cards,
kilter.
and Mr. O didn't catch it in time. Gotta watch him with
Well,
that
it's still
mic.
picking up sound, so
Have to watch it with the mic.
okay.
Okay. I sense a disaster.
Yes,
with
Masonic. It seems like some people think that a lot of people are having a number of strange
It's
dreams.
not just strange dreams, because I will say that for the last couple of months, and we know we've never felt we've had much, how shall I say this, entities in this house, but I've been seeing things in the last couple of months, and so have you.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going on. We speculated that since we're reading more frequently again for everybody, that we are opening ourselves up more to the other side, and that, things are starting to come through. Nothing has been dangerous at all.
Sonny, I have a question. Are you the devil?
Oh, man.
Okay, I know you're not.
Don't pick on Sonny.
Interesting, Jenna.
You woke up crying, huh?
That's very interesting.
Yeah. In my family, everybody's dreams are different. So it's hard to interpret dreams sometimes because people have their own symbology attached to it. But oftentimes, some of these symbols in my family meant the opposite. Like if you were crying, something was going to make you very happy. If there was a death, it was going to be a birth, and vice versa. But it didn't always work that way. Because 2 weeks before my father died, he dreamt he saw himself in a coffin and described the scene perfectly. So,
Okay, I've cut them, and I'm thinking
What do you wanna
that
do?
we should just do 3 cards.
okay.
Not like a yes or no, because I think we just need to find out more about these guys if they're
let's
there.
do that first, and then if we need to,
Well-
we may throw a yes/no for you too, because that's a interesting question.
Where are all these major arcana coming
They're
from?
all reversed,
And we're really riffling them.
and
Okay.
I did, yeah, I riffled them
Teresa,
well.
we have the reversed High Priestess. We have the reversed Hanged Man. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
scary.
that is
And then we have the
interesting.
reversed Wheel of Fortune.
Well, there is something here
There's
that
something.
disturbs me a bit. The High Priestess reversed could indicate something malevolent, in my opinion, being reversed and psychic. The other thing is that the Hanged Man is reversed as well. And the Wheel of Fortune, that's like fate.
Fate, destiny, could be luck.
It's reversed.
It's reversed.
I have to think about this a minute. I think it's possible that there is something going on. And
This tells me there's a presence, and I get the feeling like, is it possible at all that maybe there's somebody in the environment who is possibly putting vibrations out there through something they're doing, meditation or something they're doing, but maybe they're attracting something bad to the household or to the situation. Like I sort of feel like it's the wrong use of some special wisdom. Like maybe somebody has these abilities, but they're not exactly channeling them correctly. The Hangman tells me, reverse tells me that maybe this is a situation that can't easily be remedied, that there will have to be a lot of hands on deck to do something there. I'm not saying you're ready to call for an exorcist yet, but I get the feeling like there's some energies there that you're going to have to figure out where to deal with them, how to deal with them. And then finally, with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it just sort of seems to have the sense that there is something dark in the overall environment right now. I don't feel danger. I just sort of feel like there's this
there's a negativity.
negativity or influence that's not great.
Let's do
But
a
I don't
yes.
feel danger.
Let's do the yes no. I just want to know if they're in fact entities or if it's something else going on. Sometimes, our own thought forms or attitudes can create the environment for this as well. So
Now, a lot of people I know that when they feel that they have some spiritual activity around them they want to break out the smudge sticks and walk around the house and smudge
salt.
it. But I believe more in salt.
Yeah.
I just sort of believe that spirit forces are repelled by salt. Salt somehow is more likely to return them back to where they need to go. So if you really do feel, or if we can determine that there is something of an entity, dark nature, I would say put some salt and water
But it sounds
and
like
walk
to
around
me,
and splash around your house.
you might.
Shuffle more?
Yeah, you need.
want
Did
me
you
to
shuffle them for the?
No, I don't think I
Then
did.
shuffle them. You might need to call in a psychic to walk the house, possibly.
That's possible.
You might need to do it. But let's see what we get here. Yeah, it's disturbing to hear what's going on during your husband's sleep. So that is a bit concerning. Does he have any memories of this at all happening?
Okay, that's a start.
Well, that's good. He's been doing this since you started that.
Hi, Libra Cusp. Teresa answered your question. I think she said no.
Okay.
It was about the husband.
Okay. It's leaning towards no, that there are no entities.
Okay, so we have the reverse full. We have one ace. That's just our marker. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the reversed Four of Cups, which sounds like...
Well, to me, I'm kind of thinking that maybe some action needs to be taken.
Yeah, it's time for action.
That it is time to do something to get to the bottom of it. the Fool reversed is indicating that maybe some steps or opportunities to correct this were missed. Like maybe you should have done something a little bit sooner, if that makes sense.
Well, I get the feeling too that if this is saying that if you are going to seek other help, somebody who's more involved in doing these kind of things, make sure you check them out, because I get the feeling like, you don't want to be taken by somebody who just says, oh yeah, I can do this, and they want to charge a lot of money, and then they're not really legit. So do check that out carefully, because I do get the feeling like you need to have somebody who really knows what they're doing if it comes to that. I'm not saying it will necessarily, but you maybe are thinking that. Have you been in that house a long time? Have you always lived there, or has it been more recent? You should probably do it then.
Yeah, you probably should. So, yeah, how long have you been in this house?
The pets are screaming? Yeah, this is not good.
I worry about the pets because they really,
Pets may have more of a connection to psychic matters.
Yeah. Well, even though this is leaning towards no, I'm hesitating to say no on this one. I think there's something going on. But what about the two of you? Do either of you two have psychic abilities or sensing? Do you sense,
1947. Okay, yeah.
7 years.
Another thing I would suggest too is that sometimes when the salt water doesn't work, you could go a little bit deeper and get some fresh garlic cloves and maybe cut them so that the garlic releases a little bit, and then walk that around the perimeter too, and or leave it somewhere in the area where you think the most activity may happen, or where you think, because the garlic is
So is there any, let me ask
really
one
good for
more
bad
thing, because
spirits.
we're going to have to move on. But is there anything of a physical nature going on other than the disease of cats? They're being nervous, or the animals, and your husband's dreaming. Is there anything physical going on? Things move, sounds, something. And you both do. Okay. Because I'm thinking maybe, one of you are opening to something right now. It may not be in your home, but it's possibly inside the person, if that makes sense.
What was that first card?
Which one?
From the first reading,
the previous reading? Gosh.
Because that made
That
me
did.
feel like what you just said.
They were major arcana, right?
Yeah.
There was the Hanged Man
That was the
reversed.
second one.
I know, just the Hanged Man reversed, and now I can't remember because you talked over me and I can't think of it. Sorry. Shame on us. You can see a man standing in the bedroom. Okay. Yeah, I just wonder if something got attached to one of you. It's possible that, if you hadn't had many problems, and I don't know if you've been having this all along or if it's just recent. So think about when all of this started happening, and, is it possible you brought something in from somewhere else? And if you're sensitive anyway, it is possible that something just happened to find a way in. Also, did you bring any objects in from somewhere else? You get something secondhand, that may have had something attached to it. These are all things you're going to have to think about now and look into. And I wish I could spend more time with you on it, but, we've got to move on. But keep us posted on this, absolutely, and do what you can to kind of protect your perimeter and yourself.
Yeah, see, I don't remember what that first card was, but whatever it was, it gave me the feeling like there was some things you guys are doing, maybe.
I remember.
What
it
is
was
it?
the High Priestess reversed.
That's it, the High Priestess reversed.
Thank you, brain, for
the
kicking
traditional
in.
meaning is sort of like not applying your gifts correctly, but it could also mean some other things too, like maybe just there are certain things that are there in the environment that are not that cool either, I think. So
Yeah. So those are some thoughts I have. I've never done any paranormal investigations, but I have had my encounters with spirits as a child, so I'm very in full agreement that they exist. So
you may have to actually try to exorcise everything. If you can write us somewhere, write us at our Gmail account. Maybe I would be willing to talk to you more about this outside of this situation.
Yeah. Do you have it posted our Gmail?
It's TFT,
It's
right?
TFT. I think it's TFT Tarot for Today. Isn't it on one of our screens?
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
At Gmail.
All right. So that's what we had for Teresa and Laura. You are up. You're welcome, Teresa.
Do it all. Sage,
Contact
salt,
Mr.
garlic.
O, and he can consult with me as well because I have a little bit of knowledge. But like I said, only in my dreams do I wish I was a ghost hunter. I don't have the time in my life for it right now, but maybe someday.
You're too scared of ghosts.
I'm not that scared of ghosts. I've been handling things much better in recent years.
We talked about going by somebody's place, and you're scared of it.
Well, no, I
You
wanted
said
to
that.
go.
Yeah, go ahead and email us at that. I think that's our general one. Hold on a minute.
And wait a minute, Mr. O. Ghosts are one thing, but poltergeists are another. And I speculate that person as a poltergeist. So, I don't
That's true, yeah.
Thank you, Teresa.
God
and
bless
you
you
as
too.
well. Take care. Hey, Laura. Waiting on Laura's question. We'll use this deck again.
Oh, Santo Paulo. That's probably a good idea, too.
What was that?
A butterfly ace at try Santo Paulo. That's
yeah,
a scent,
that's
I think.
right.
Yeah, right?
A general reading for you? Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Oh, okay, got it. General reading for Laura.
And we lost our Sonny. He's moved on.
Don't mention it. I have room to shuffle. I know everybody loves seeing him here, but I like to have my table once in a while. And I don't know how much it's showing up on camera, but this thing is just coated with sunny hair. I'm going to have to clean it really well.
So how are we doing tonight?
I believe it's TFT Tarot for Today, and that's FOR, not the number. So Tarot for Today at gmail.com.
I don't know about that, Masonic.
Oh, that's funny. We could make little talismans out of them. Interesting thought there. And he is a shedder, let me tell you. Whoa, gosh, Laura, what's with all this fire energy here?
Yeah, a
I'm
lot of
seeing?
fire energy. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. They're both upright.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Strength upright. So this is pretty positive stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the Queen of Wands. This is reflecting of a person who is, very positively influencing growth in some way. And somebody who is leading the charge maybe to inspire new plans or projects or get things off the ground. Could this be you? Could this be you even seeking out a new partnership or relationship with a King of Wands?
Or somebody with those kind of energies.
And, you want to...
What? Oh, you want me to talk?
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. Yes, I did.
Mostly I agree with you. These are highly powerful energies or people connected to these kind of energies. They are, in a sense, kings and queens. They're very capable of networking with people and helping them realize some of their goals. So they could be mentor type people. They could be somebody who's a really good boss or buddy who kind of shows you the ropes and helps bring you along. There's a really strong vibe here of strength, which to me is more about the idea that we are employing our compassion to solve problems rather than trying to force everything. So this is the card of a person who really knows how to inspire others and how to bring out the best in others so that problems can be solved at that level. And it really goes along very well with the king and queen, in my opinion.
Well, it does, but it also, if it's like a couple situation here, it indicates a very compassionate and loving relationship, wouldn't you say? Very strong bond could be formed.
And I'll be honest, I don't always remember everybody's situations. I don't remember
Yeah.
if people are married or dating or seeking or not seeking. So we're just throwing that out there as ideas.
Yeah, it's definitely positive. It looks like definitely some kind of a relationship, working partnership, and it's for some positive, altruistic goals of some sort.
So let's
Let
do a
me throw the
Letterman.
Lettermand on this and see if we can get anything more specific.
And I see that, Teresa, you're welcome. We'll be looking for your email, and maybe we can give you some other ideas, or at least figure out more things off on the side here.
Yeah, we have a couple friends who know a bit about hauntings and stuff too, and maybe they can lend us some ideas as well.
Yeah, the things we see around here that are a little bit bothersome, they just look like really small shadow things. They look like a shadow cat or a shadow small dog. And we see them from the corner of their eye, or sometimes a little bit more,
A little
and then they're
bit
gone.
more. I saw an actual mist thing go by me one day, a blue mist, and I have never seen anything like that in this house before. So I was very, but none of the stuff that we have seen has given us any bad feelings whatsoever. So I'm not sure what to make of it right now.
Smiling Soul, you're welcome. And it almost seems like you already heard something. That's interesting. Teresa, we're grateful to have nice people like you come to our chat.
Yeah,
All of you
absolutely.
guys.
It's been awesome.
We love doing this.
And you know, we are going to set up a business someday doing this, but we want to always let you know we'll be giving free short readings all the time like we are now.
We
as
plan
well.
on continuing our video specials on various readings, all of that.
The ship is back. And this time the ship is with the home. Are you thinking at all of moving by chance? Because this is a sure potential sign of that. Moving someplace new. If not, there's going to be maybe some major changes going on in your home environment. That's what it looks like to me, Laura.
Interesting. So I see that too, I guess, a little bit. What's this one?
That's the home.
The home. Oh, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
This deck the pictures are sort of so detailed and picturesque that there's just a lot of imagery in them.
Well, they're a little dark. They have a darkness to them that sometimes some of the imagery gets lost in that, I admit.
Well, it looks to me like you are vibrating or moving towards that idea about the home. That's what I'm seeing there.
Something's up at the home. There's major changes happening there. You know, it could be anything. Like if you're not moving and stuff, maybe something you're doing different with the home. Maybe you're going to start a business in your home. Maybe, you know, there's just something different that's going to be happening in your home environment. And in pretty short order, I think.
I think so. All of these cards really seem to be faster than later. Like we wanted for the year, but this is going to set the tone for the year.
Or summer. So if we look at the ones, I would say, you know, this could be in a few weeks, actually, you know, 14 days.
Good night, Teresa. We'll be in touch.
Take care, Teresa. Good luck. So,
all right.
That's what we have for you. That's what the cards have for you today,
Okay,
Laura.
Laura.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hey, Jenna.
Celebrities
There
be
you are.
shallow. Celebrities be shallow. They are. They are. They might follow you, but they're not going to hit the like button all the time because they're just shallow that way. I'm talking about Smiling Soul.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thought, what are you talking about? Are you talking about
be
me?
shallow.
Now I'm confused. Jenna says listening to both of us relaxes her. Is it because we're so crazy?
I know I put myself to sleep.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. We've got another interloper.
Hello
it's
there.
Sassy.
Hello,
Sassy's come to
Sassy.
pay us a visit.
Hi, Sassy. Now you lay
You
down.
snuck and took Sunny's spot. Good
Now
for
you
you.
lay down.
Except for the butt shots.
Keep
She's
the butt
always
away
getting her
from us
butt in
all.
the camera. Let's not do a Sunny cam or a sassy cam on the butt. No. Okay. So hey, Jenna, let's see. You are up. So what? Oh, you want a general? I'm sorry, I missed that. We'll give you a general reading. Not a problem. Do you want to use one of your decks?
Sure, I'll use my Fortune.
All right. She's my little sassy girl who needs a diet. But she's really, uh-oh, Sunny's back too. So if you're ever noticing little bumps and wobbles in the stream or in our video here, it's basically the cat's jumping on and off the table.
Yeah, I guess Sassy does have sad eyes. You said that before too. I remember that. And I thought, but we know she's not sad. She just has sad eyes.
She's a real sweetie.
How could
too.
she be sad living with us?
Oh, well. It's because we sit here doing cards all day and she wants us to play with her. Uh-oh, she's attacking the camera. The tripod.
Just stop that. She likes the wire. Leave it alone, Sass. Leave it alone, girl. Hey there, sassy girl. Masonic's talking to you.
Here, shuffle it and you'll do the
I
cut.
already
Oh, you
shuffled.
did. Then I cut them. Here.
Okay.
There's
You're
something
welcome, Laura.
There's something I want to do quick while you're doing that. Lay the cards out.
Just 3?
Yes.
Ooh. 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 They're all reversed. That one's
They're all
okay, though.
reversed. Now, see, my cards are upright. What happened here, Mr. O?
I don't know.
All right. Well, go ahead and explain what they are.
Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups reversed, which could mean, no, it's the Knave, so that's really more like the Page. That could just mean that maybe there's sort of a sense of loss of your humor, your poeticness, maybe feeling like your intuitiveness is a little bit off. It's
Feeling a little blue.
A little blue, but it's not
well,
major.
and maybe because of that.
Well, that should make you feel a little better because
Well,
it sounds
but the
like...
point is you're recovering or healing from something. It looks like maybe some kind of loss or some kind of pain, possibly pain inflicted by other people, you know, some malicious act or words. And so you're kind of in a healing process and maybe even feeling a little blue. So maybe that's about to change.
Well, the Ten of Swords really acts more like really bad conditions changing, and we're talking about really bad. So we're not necessarily talking about just the everyday little upsets. We're really talking about people maybe that you know really had bad in mind for you. Evil forces, whatever you want to call them.
Your package might be lost. Jenna, I don't know how delayed it is, but I just wanted to tell you I pulled a couple Lenormand because I heard you talking about the package. I pulled the Clover, which is usually good luck, and I pulled the Anchor. And so I'm wondering here if there's not just a delay. It's stuck somewhere right now. It possibly is going to come to you because the luck card is here, but there's a delay. There's some kind of shipping delay. It's stuck somewhere.
And I believe I have to mention that I am aware that Mercury is going retrograde soon.
Let's hope it
Couple
gets
weeks,
to
I
you
think.
before Mercury turns retrograde.
But there's always that 2-week
Shadow.
period before where maybe it's setting up some of that. Now, I haven't gotten to the last card yet.
Yeah, where is it?
Because you cut me off with your cards there. And that's
I haven't even seen it
Judgment
yet.
Reversed.
Oh.
And so this one tells me that another situation that's going on is that, and this is kind of interesting because in addition to this, you know, changes in your intuitiveness or how you're relating to your intuitiveness, I'm also getting the idea that with this Judgment Reversed, there's this sense that maybe you want to think of something less spiritually for constructive reasons. Like maybe there's a sense that you have to focus on some nuts and bolts matters and maybe leave a little bit of the spiritual stuff off to the side for now. Like you got to really focus on something else that's more tangible.
I don't think I can add to that. I think that's perfect, really, what you said there. But I am going to do a couple more Lenormand. I just wanted to do that special for your package because I heard you mention that. Now, basically, the Lenormand is used a lot of times to find lost objects and where they are in the house, for example. But I thought I'd give it a shot and see if it could pick up anything on your package. And that's what I have that, if anything, it looks like right now the problem is with the shipping itself and it may be delayed. I know I got something from, I forget if it was Thailand. It was somewhere overseas far, and it took a long time for me to get it. I can't remember. I had just about given up hope on it myself, and it finally appeared.
You know, it seems like a lot of people are having this problem too, because we have an associate of ours who sells a lot of things on eBay, and we were talking with them recently, and they were telling us how something unexpected happened and they could not do the arrangement the way they normally did. They were sending a package to England from here in the States, and they were forced to actually have to go to another center that they didn't know where it was at, and they had to find it, and they had to fill out a number of forms just to get this going. And it was totally different from the way they had worked, and it just seemed really quirky.
Well, it could be stuck in customs. I wouldn't rule that out. And that is crazy because I sense there's a delay with the shipping in some way. Customs is a part of that. Everything has to go through, that's coming overseas has to go through customs. So that's just part of the process. So I hadn't thought of that aspect at all, but I just consider that as part of what you has to go through for shipping. So are you doubting us here?
No,
I think I just called it.
So what do you got there?
Well, what I've got here is, I don't know, maybe the shipping's on your mind too much, Jenna. I've got the path, and then I've got the anchor. Like something coming from overseas, right? What it's telling me is that, something that you're going to take up, something that you're going to do, maybe some new path or new direction that you're thinking of going in. If you do it, it seems like it's going to be a long-term choice. It's going to be something that lasts. The anchor is, and it could bring you some stability as well, because the anchor is about standing in place, staying in place.
Exactly. It is staying in place, and it's staying in place on your path. So it's mostly, I think, just a matter of saying, just kind of hang with it. It's going to happen.
You just got to hang with doing, maybe that's what it's saying with the relation to these cards here. There's a few difficult cards here, but what it's saying is you have to just keep on keeping on. Keep on your path, keep going, and, things will stabilize. That's what I think.
All right.
And that's what we have for you, Jenna.
Is Libra cusp on the list? They just asked.
Libra cusp is on the list. Next, though, is Butterfly, and then Violet Ann, and Libra cusp.
3 more. All right.
Yeah, Libra, you've been on the list. You were just at the end, that's all. And nobody has come after you, so.
You are welcome, Jenna.
And we still have a half hour to go and only 3 people. I think that's pretty good for us.
So we're on Butterfly now?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. 3 of coins.
3 of coins reversed.
I'm wondering if they're thinking or have said or imply that they think you could be doing more, that you could be more artistic or more productive or something like that, that they have an expectation that you should be able to do more.
Or provide more for them.
Maybe. To me, it was more about their overall material abilities. It wasn't necessarily about the relationship or a relationship.
Well, that was just a card that Mr. O dropped. Let's see what we get.
All right.
Okay, so I take it you're not in a relationship now, but maybe you were?
Yes, don't forget, later tonight we'll be posting our tarot card for tomorrow. We post it on Twitter and Facebook, and it's a short one-card reading for the day ahead
Okay.
for our general audience. Well, maybe they're tempted by you, or they're wanting you to be tempted by them, the devil.
The Five of Cups, though, is reversed here, and I'm wondering if this is saying that Marcus is not really thinking that much about you. He's looking towards other things right now, new opportunities, or possibly new relationships that he has forged.
Maybe I sort of see that. That does look like that. It may be that they are moving away from your sphere, or they're moving slightly away from your sphere. Also, we have the King of Swords
Yeah, and that kind of disturbs me.
reversed.
I kind of think Marcus is not making a lot of decisions in his best interests at this time.
Well, it may also be too that they're making a decision to not get closer to you in certain ways. That maybe they're moving towards these other folks that you sort of see here, this other possibility.
And I'm looking at this because this is about Marcus. I'm thinking
Maybe
that,
that's the temptation, is that
well,
for them.
I'm wondering if that's just something else entirely. That they have things and issues that they have to deal with on a personal level of their own right now, and that's maybe where their focus is more than on anybody at this time. But they are seeking something. They are seeking something new. They're hoping for something new to happen and develop. I'm just not seeing a sense here that it has anything to do with you, other than the fact that I think that they've made some very poor decisions. And that might be related to you.
So let's see what letter one says. I have to say the devil card kind of cracks me up because it's sort of a Marseille old French style or something like that. But it's like he's got a devil face by his crotch.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. It could be. I mean, it doesn't say that it's always going to be that way, Butterfly, but right now it does seem like
right
something's
now, at this
pulling them
point
in another
time.
direction, a temptation, actually.
And I sense here that this is your card. This is like a significator card for the person in the reading. It's a female, but it can just signify the person in the reading. I'm sensing that's you, and the path card has come up again. And what it's telling me is you need to look out for your own path and where you're heading next, I think, and let Marcus do what he's doing right now, because it just seems like you have to tend to your own business and your own path and find your own way.
Yeah, I think that's the answer too, is that Marcus may come back or may respond at some point, but right now it's probably more important for you to figure out what your path is, because it's either the sun or the moon path or it's some other path, and you should focus there, and maybe something different will happen that might be more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like a shift of focus is needed, but also the shift of focus is to take it off of Marcus and put it on you.
So to some degree, this could be talking about that too, then. That maybe that shift of focus is in fact you, Butterfly, that maybe you're going to shift your focus and sort of move away from that person.
Well, it could be. And remember that, sometimes we have to go with the question that you ask us. So if you're asking us about another person, I'm mostly reading it that way.
That's true.
But with the Lenormand, it's a little bit different. And especially since your card came out here, I'm positive this was speaking directly towards you. These cards, I think, are speaking towards Marcus because of the way you did ask the question.
You're right. It doesn't mean you shouldn't think about them, but what it tells us is that probably they're not really thinking about you, and not necessarily because they don't want to, but maybe they have other things that are more important to them at this time. That's
so
what it looks like.
I would say, don't not think about Marcus, or don't let him go, but focus on more important matters. Focus on yourself more.
Your path.
Yeah. And, keep Marcus in the back there. Because if he's not doing anything, to get closer, then why waste that time and energy that's better spent on yourself? Because that's what I'm seeing here. And that's what I would say.
All right.
And that's what we have for you, Butterfly.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to check if Violet Ann is back. And if Violet Ann is back, we can get you in. And if not, we're going to go to Libra Cusp. But let's give Violet Ann a moment. But I don't think she's come back. She had to leave probably. And give just a second.
They've already answered.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Violet Ann. I'm glad you made it back.
Thank you. And Butterfly, just one last thought there when you said you fought and ended things, not surprised. I pulled the reversed 10 of coins when you said that. And to me, that did sound like there's no foundation there, that the foundation is sort of shifting. So it's, no.
She just totally, okay, camera.
She destroyed our table.
Camera.
Bad Sassy.
Sassy could not, do you see this? I don't think you're... Sassy could not get on the table, and she dug her claws into the table.
And then she fell back off and ripped it open. Thank you, Sassy.
It's my fault because I did not leave the chair out for her, and I'm going to do that right now. Sassy, are you okay?
Thank you, Libra.
Okay, Braylon has joined us and threw a question out there. Do you want to set that straight?
Oh.
Hey, Braylon.
We putting you on the list.
But we put you on the list. We have a list, so don't ask your question till we can get to you. Violet Ann is next, and we do have the question, right?
Yeah,
sorry
Sassy
for
was
that
a little
cat
naughty.
disruption.
It's one of our biggest fears that one day they're just going to knock everything over and we'll have to quit.
Oh, how am I going to fix that? I'm going to have to get some book tape or something. We're going to have to get a new tablecloth. Oh, we've got Violet Ann's question.
All right.
So, love life looking next week. Well, next week's a tall order, but we'll see. Okay. And so we will cut our list off tonight with Braylon will be the last person we read for when we get to you, Braylon. And that, because I think that'll be what we fit in.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
Well, I don't think anything's going to happen next week because right there you've got the Ace of Cups reversed. I'm sorry. That's just kind of indicating where you're at right now, I think. You want something to start and happen or develop, but it's not quite happening yet. It just might not. It's just the timing's not right.
I would agree with that. I think that it's maybe possible that maybe something had made you feel like something was going to hit off, but maybe it's just not the right time. A delay is what it mostly could look like.
Now, the Seven of Wands is a card that kind of indicates, that you really are. You've been ready. I mean,
position.
You're in position, so to speak. You are ready. You're just waiting for, that opportunity to open up. That's basically what that says. It's not, it's not your fault. It's just not happening yet. And that person has not come into focus yet. And to add to the woes, we have the Death card reversed. And the Death card reversed is just saying that things are stalled right now.
Inertia, slowness.
Yeah, there's an inertia. There's a slowness. And I gather by, your question that you're feeling that.
I'm just going to have to go out there and say, too, that this card oftentimes represents situations that are larger than ourselves, and that it talks about things that are maybe felt at more of a collective social level. So I'm just going to say that with all the various things going on in the world today, whether we focus only on where we live at or we look at the greater world, there are so many things that are happening that are concerning, and that it does generate a little bit of a slightly depressive attitude for people to have, or a feeling of stagnation or not being able to move. So this is really being felt at a collective level by a lot of people. It doesn't indicate anything really personal to you or anyone. It's just kind of like that environment that's hanging over us right now because of the weight of the world. The weight of the world is on all of our shoulders in a way.
Well, I don't really know that this is so much about the relationship, but I've got the Rider here, which is news. And I have the House. And you know what? Was it Jenna waiting for the packages? Jenna would have loved to have gotten these cards because it would have meant her package being delivered. But in your case, there is some news coming to the home, or maybe something you can do from the home. You know, I am not one to recommend, how should I say this? What is the word I'm trying to think of? Social media relationships. You know, going to, what is it called? Tumblr? Is that what it's called?
Tumblr, Grindr, all of those.
Yeah, whatever they're called. I'm not into that. But, you know, it is also indicating that you could maybe get some news or connections from the home front, or maybe from somebody in your home or family that might be helpful or might steer you into a direction that could move you towards a relationship. To me, this somehow doesn't relate to the relationship somehow. But it's the first time I've had a hard time bringing the Lenormand into the card reading. What do you see?
Well, it just may mean that it's not going to come to your home. You're going to have to go to it.
Oh.
Because that's the rider, right? So they ride off.
That's movement. Yeah, that's true.
So it may not be coming to your home. You may have to go somewhere else for it.
So in other words, you know, you're just going to have to maybe get out more places to try to make this happen. You know, and whether it's social gatherings, nightclubs, parties, you know, social gatherings with friends that brings you in front of more groups of people, joining some groups and organizations, you know, that are of interest to you, that could bring like-minded people towards you. That just might be what you have to do here. I think you hit it. You hit it, you who do not know the Lenormand. Yeah, online dating. Thank you. I was stumbling with that there. You know, back in the day, you know, they used to do ads in the newspapers like they're doing online now to get dates. It used to be, right? You know, they would have the personal ads in the newspaper for people to hook up. And now it's all online, and each one had issues.
I want to remind you, Banshee, that there was one, you're talking about the Metro Times, right?
Maybe.
It was like pages of people looking for people. And
yeah, well,
there was one that was always there every week, week after week, month after month, year after year. The person who described themselves as an ugly, smelly man.
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. He called himself homely, smelly man seeking same.
And it was in there for years. Yeah. It shouldn't take that long to find somebody like that.
It was the most, well, at least I like to think maybe they were being honest, but, you know, that's such a rare thing. Anyhow, be careful and good luck out there, and don't get desperate. You know, you asked about a week, and so this is what it said. It's not going to happen in a week, definitely. All right, we're going to move on to Libra Cusp.
Alrighty. I'm going to switch decks if we stay with mine.
No, I'm going to do my...
Okay.
Did I use my other deck yet today? No, I did not. My little animal deck needs to be used. So, Libra Cusp. You are up.
What are we looking for? General reading, specific
General
question?
read.
General read. There we go.
Oh.
All right.
Do you want to shuffle first? Sassy's
Sure.
right in my path here.
Sassy of the sad eyes.
You poor thing, you destroyed my tablecloth. Now what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
And here comes someone else. Hello, Sunny. Lay down now.
You're welcome, Violet Ann. Sorry I didn't have better news for you.
But it's only a week.
It's only a week.
Oh, stop
You know,
it.
you have to try to get those claws of hers again now that I see the tablecloth damage.
She's the only one that will let me clip her claws, but only so long. And then she's like, nope, no more clipping my claws. So usually I tend to get 2 or 3 off of maybe a couple of the paws, and then she's done. You are last, Braylon.
Yeah, we got one more we're on Libra cusp and then you. We will get you in tonight.
We may let Smiling Soul ask about a cricket. You might have some information about a cricket.
What do you mean a cricket?
They're talking about crickets.
Crickets.
All I know is that we never hear crickets around here.
I have heard crickets.
I meant that in that more metaphoric way.
Oh, I see. Ha ha ha, Mr. O. Yeah, you are last, Braylon, but you're right after Libra cusp, so you will be next. I'll just pick them up. And I'll just lay them out.
All right. Oh,
Wow, I'm getting the upright cards, aren't I?
well, it's about time.
I've been getting them all night, Mr. O.
Oh.
Here, show that pretty one up. The Six
Six
of
of
Cups
Cups.
upright.
Okay.
The Ace of Cups upright.
Oh, pretty.
And the Knight of Wands upright. So basically, the Six of Cups upright seems to be like there's, you know, you're going to be having some fond memories from the past. Maybe an old acquaintance might resurface, you know, and you'll share some good times and good memories together. An old friend returns.
It could talk about memories of happiness of your childhood, or with specific siblings or cousins or people from your
It
childhood.
could be a reunion even. And what's the other? I'm forgetting. Oh, and gosh, and the Ace of Cups. And you know, this is interesting because this is a beginning of a period of some real good emotional times for you. You know, whether a new relationship might be in the works. Sorry, Violet Ann. But looks like Libra
it could mean that.
cusp.
It could also just mean the beginning of something very pleasurable.
Yes.
So maybe
Yes.
you're involved in a social activity that brings you pleasure because it's your friends with you or family that you care about.
But love and happiness is definitely in the air. With
Yeah.
those two cards together in
Yeah.
particular, I think that's a lot of joy.
And then what would you say about our Knight of Wands?
Well, the Knight of Wands sounds like an interesting character, wouldn't you say?
A pretty trustworthy friend or associate that comes into your life, maybe somebody who's there to uplift you in certain ways. Maybe they're going to take you out on a casual date, just a platonic date, and you'll go and do something pleasurable with them. I'm thinking maybe there's something you like to do, like a certain kind of game, a card game maybe or something. I don't know.
A card
Why did
game.
I pick that up?
It could be a fire sign too that this could be indicating, and if it's not that, it could also indicate that you know there's going to be some news coming to you soon about something important you've been working on. Like if you're a writer or you're an artist or you're doing some special project or something, you might be getting some news in relation to your work. Could be even for performers, I guess, as well.
So Lenormand?
Lenormand time. Love and happiness is very good. Yes, very good. Sounds very, you know, some very calm waters ahead.
She's purring so sweetly for me.
I wonder if I can hear it in the mic.
Probably not. I just feel it vibrating against my fingers.
Wow. So I had this tablecloth for one season. Actually, we had it last year too, so it survived 2 seasons.
1 year.
Yeah, 1 year. It's
1
pretty
year
good
and
for a
out,
cheap tablecloth.
I guess.
All right, yeah, wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, Libra Cusp, you've got,
You're on the boat.
you're on the boat, the ship, with the stork. Now, before you get any ideas here, actually, that just means to me that there's some major changes afoot. It could be a move, it could be traveling.
I'm thinking it's travel.
It could be a nice, pleasant trip.
A little trip of some sort.
But something is in the air that's a big change or some enjoyable trip.
I
or
don't know if you
travel plan.
have close family members or friends who might be expecting, but I'm picking up a glimmer of somebody who maybe is expecting some good news you may hear. Like that.
And that's what we have for you, Libra Cusp.
Alrighty.
Hey, I like to be the bearer of good tidings too, but sometimes we have to give out the bad. It's just the way it is. But I wish it could all be good all the time, believe me. So we are on Braylon.
Braylon, are you
if
still
you could
here?
repeat your question, I'd appreciate it. I know you did it. You put it out there earlier.
I'm going to see if I can find it.
There it is. Does my ex still think about me? So how does he feel about me? 2020 outcome. Well, 2020 outcome's another question. I'm not sure we can do that one for you, but let's do this first one first and see what's up. And maybe we can throw a card for a general theme for 2020 for you. Okay. And again, we want to thank our followers. We've achieved 100 followers, which is awesome. I am so happy. We're still going in a positive direction, and we hope to continue to be here twice a week for you. Oh, what did you just drop?
It didn't drop all the way.
See, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oh, maybe some financial setbacks. That just threw out there. So
yeah, that's probably not about the reading.
It's not about the reading, but it might be just something that you might be aware of.
Unless it's possible that maybe some of the difficulties were related to finances.
Well, let's see what comes out here. Okay. There's the King of Cups, upright. That's the first card we drew. The second card is the Five of Swords, upright. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. So the question is basically, does your ex still think about you? And if so, how do they feel about you?
Well, this is a mixed bag here in a way.
I'm getting, well, yes and no. I'm going to let you go first this time because I have an idea, but I want to see how...
Okay, I'm just going to say, was your ex the person that maybe had the more stronger emotional feelings or expressiveness? Like, I'm not saying you didn't care for each other, but that they were very expressive. They had a more emotional way of being expressive. But I also feel, too, that they probably had some problems in that relationship. I'm just thinking there was something that drove you guys apart.
There was arguments. There was definitely strife and arguments. And
maybe a sort of competition for who was in charge. But that's probably...
Well, or maybe there was there anybody...
Struggle.
Was there anybody else that was involved in bringing this relationship down? In other words, was there a third party somewhere? Yes or no?
And then the ace that's for what we were saying before, not the question. The Ace of Wands
I know.
reversed, to me, sort of indicates that maybe they wanted to do something else, and maybe you didn't totally agree on it, but you didn't totally disagree on it. But that something else, that project didn't work out, and that might have created or started creating the wedge between you.
So, in answer to the question how he feels about you, I think, when I see the King of Cups, I think of somebody who really is into themselves a bit. And, that can be good and that can be bad. Sometimes they overdo it, and they're so into themselves and into their own trip that they kind of forget the other party. And the Five of Swords to me indicates some bitterness and some struggles, like arguments and competition. That's why I thought maybe there was a third party in the relationship. And also, I don't know how long you were together, but this to me seems to indicate that, things maybe didn't get off to the greatest of start with you guys too, or maybe he feels that way, that, there was kind of a false start for him. And that's part of that's part of where his thinking is. And maybe it's kind of hard for him to get over some of the bitterness that he feels now.
Yeah, to me, it's not really clear that they do think about you actively.
Well, in a
They-
positive,
right. They may
positive
think
way.
about you sort of in different ways, but not like every day they think about you. It's just maybe that they have a reflection on what the relationship meant to them, and it is probably not the greatest. But I don't think there was outright hate. It just sort of feels like there was just the sense that you couldn't get along, or that your goals were really that different.
She's too close to the mic. I don't want her to do the mic again. So just keep an eye on her.
Okay, so we're going to pull a couple Lenormand, which may
Yeah.
give us a little texture or additional information, Braylon. Look at you. You're so sweet. You're my little sweet sassy.
Well, I will say one thing. I have the letter. And I have the home. The home has been coming up an awful lot today.
Do you think they're going to get in touch with you?
I think they might get in touch with you, but I'm not sure why. I don't know if it'll be positive communication or not. It's not very clear. I don't know if they're in contact with you on any kind of regular basis. But if they don't get in touch with you, you might hear something or get some news about him.
Well, the other thing I'm wondering too is that the home you're at now, is that the home that you shared together? Because I'm wondering if it's something about the home, like maybe there's something there that they want to get a hold of that they feel still belongs to them, or something that might pull them towards
Well,
your
an
home.
ex doesn't necessarily mean they were married, so I don't want to make
Right,
assumptions.
right, but they might have shared that
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
or something that's in that home that I get the feeling something's pulling them towards your home, or
Well,
where
either-
you live.
That might be it, but I do sense you're going to get some news
Yeah.
about them coming to you. So one way or another, you'll hear something about Marcus. But I'm not getting a good feeling that his feelings are all that happy right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. So I'm not so sure that they're ready to renegotiate or to come back into your life. It just sort of seems like maybe they're processing still in a way.
And that concludes our evening.
My
We are
goodness.
literally right on time tonight.
That doesn't happen very often.
No, we go into overtime a bit. So I want to thank everybody for coming today. And yeah, it is quiet. Thursdays have been a little quieter, Masonic. You're right. We get lower turnout.
A few weeks back, it was different.
So keep
It
that
was
in mind,
busier.
all you people trying to get readings and coming late, because
It worked
Thursday's
for
a big
Patton.
night. It worked for Braylon tonight too, apparently.
There you go.
So he came late, and it turned out okay. But on Sundays, you can't get away with that. Sundays, we are very busy from 2 to 4 p.m. So try to get there early, and I'll get you on, the list as soon as I can. And I take them in order as I see them in the chat. So enjoy the days ahead till Sunday, and we hope to see you then.
Alrighty.
Take care, and we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.